Kids, I'm not supposed to be helping you with this, but I'm going to do it just because I love you. So right now, you're supposed to be filling out your 7th grade literary nonfiction station examples. And first, I thought I'd help you out with the directions. So you are going to read several text examples on Google Classroom. You must find a minimum of 3 examples of literary nonfiction. There are 10 examples in all, but only 3 of them need to be literary nonfiction. At least one of those is an autobiography, one is a biography, and one's a journal or diary. There are more than 3, so just find the first 3 you can. Now, you may use your literary nonfiction notes, and I really want you to help decide which examples they are based upon the characteristics we listed in the literary nonfiction notes. So make sure you have those out in front of you. When you fill this form out, you are going to write literary nonfiction next to the station number that you believe has the correct characteristics of literary nonfiction. Remember, have to find at least 3. And then after you have found your 3 examples of literary nonfiction, you are going to choose one to write down why it's literary nonfiction. What makes it literary nonfiction instead of fiction or just plain nonfiction? So I want you to scroll down with me, and we're going to look at the example I already gave you. Station number 3 is definitely not literary nonfiction. And I had to give you a reason why. And it's because cat's fur doesn't really change shape or color or predict someone's death. So remember, you only have to find 3 literary nonfiction examples and tell me the reason why they are literary nonfiction. So now go to Google Classroom and please look and read very carefully these different literary nonfiction texts and fill out this station worksheet. I'll come back in a minute to see how you've done. Thanks, guys. Okay, guys, I'm back to help you out. So remember, you are supposed to be using your literary nonfiction notes as you read through your literary nonfiction text stations. And now let's check. Did you correctly identify at least 3 stations that were literary nonfiction? And can you tell me why? Let's go to station 1. Everybody look at station 1 text. It talks about there once lived a race of huge giants called Titans. All right. So in case you didn't know, this is not literary nonfiction. And the reason why? Because literary nonfiction does not talk about imaginary creatures like giants and gods. So station 1 is not literary nonfiction. Now let's take a look at station number 2. Station number 2 says occupation, where did Sacagawea grow up? And if you've read through this, you will see that in fact, this is literary nonfiction. Why is station 2 literary nonfiction? Well, it's clearly a biography. It's telling you facts about the life story of an important Native American, Sacagawea. Okay, now station 3 I gave you already, and we said it was not literary nonfiction. Let's go ahead and look at the text real quick. So station number 3, you are not going to believe this story, but it is a true story. Now, did that confuse some of you? A character can tell you it's a true story, doesn't make it so. But if we read down at the bottom, we saw that the shape was changing. Its sides were becoming straighter and straighter. It was beginning to look more like an object. Now, guys, you know cat fur does not change over time into shapes. So, yes, station 3 is not literary nonfiction. Let's go ahead and look at station number 4. Station number 4, February 3rd, 1944. We start with the date, and it's a person telling you about their inside thoughts and feelings. Well, if you have used your notes correctly, you will know that station number 4 is an example of literary nonfiction, and it's clearly a diary or a journal telling you the inside thoughts and feelings on that date. Well done if you discovered that that was a literary nonfiction text example. Let's look at station number 5, shall we? Station number 5. I kind of feel like a dork writing about myself, like this is as if I were an American pop rock icon demigod. Okay, first of all, I left those mistakes in there on purpose, so don't bother telling me about the spelling. This is clearly an example of literary nonfiction. This is someone's journal, autobiography, or diary. They are talking about themselves, inside thoughts and feelings, and they weren't so keen on figuring out spelling and punctuation errors. So, station number 5, definitely literary nonfiction, autobiography, journal, diary. Station number 6, check it out with me. Station number 6, bring water to a boil. Step 2, when the oats are simmering. Step 3, okay, this clearly is factual, right? It has nothing but facts, step-by-step directions, so it is nonfiction. But is it literary nonfiction? No, can't be. Not telling a story. Directions are facts, they are nonfiction, but it's not literary nonfiction. All right, let's move on to station number 7. Station number 7, my friends, looks a little like this. The ride to school was quick, just 5 minutes up the road. By the day's end, I was tired and happy. For days, I'd had a strange. Okay, so clearly someone is talking about themselves, right? Now, this one I'm a little puzzled by. It uses direct quotes, so it's quoting what someone said. It has a character talking about him or herself, and it seems to be based upon reality. So I'm going to go ahead and decide that this is literary nonfiction. Maybe it's a fictional story, but from just this selection, it meets the characteristics based upon facts, as we can tell. A first person telling about themselves, their thoughts or feelings, sounds like an autobiography to me. Next station is number 8. Everybody look at station number 8. Once upon a time, okay, wait, full stop right there. I know that this is fiction because fiction and fairy tales always start with once upon a time. So station number 8 is not literary nonfiction. Oh, we're so close to the end. Stick with me, kids. Station number 9. Everybody pull that up. Station number 9. Station number 9 says, on Tuesday, September 5th, U.S. Attorney General. Okay, I've got facts. So could this be a journal? Could this be a diary? But wait a second. Station 9, you don't meet the list. All right, we're at the end. Station number 10, let's go. Everybody check it out. Station number 10 is, it had been raining for 7 years. Okay, wait a second. Where does it ever rain for 7 years? And, oh, the planet Venus? Nope. Station number 10 clearly is not literary nonfiction. It's a fictional story. Science fiction is the genre. And you can tell this because it's talking about facts that could not possibly be true. Therefore, it is fiction. So there you go. You should have filled out all of your stations. You should have at least 3 examples of literary nonfiction, and you should be able to tell me why they were literary nonfiction. How well did you do? Did you find some extras? I hope you did. Thanks for listening.